Welcome to this message from the mountain, coming to you from the foothills of the White Mountains here in New Hampshire. Today's podcast is entitled Images in Stone. There are so many different images that one can see in stones as they walk the trails, walk the land, at least here on this property, and I'm sure wherever you are the same thing is true. You could look at a stone, and if the sun has changed positions, the shadows are going to be different. The shadows themselves can outline different scrape marks or perhaps other indentations that the stone has. So there's always something to see, and your imagination can take over, and you can see things that perhaps other people can't see. The picture I chose for this podcast, if one looks careful enough, you may see the outline of a face. But then again, you see the rough outline, and your mind may be able to fill in other details. Now, it's on a large boulder that I had never seen this before. I just happened to be walking by at the right time when the sun was in the right direction to cast the shadow, and there were the images. Now, regardless of whether or not images are carved in stone or just nature, weather has provided it, they're there. And they stay there until something changes it. The weather changes it, or over years the stone wears down. It's the same thing when we carry images with us in our mind. Sometimes those images cast in our mind are like those in stone. And if we see those images negatively, something that stays with us, that haunts us, then that's what we see. Once our mind has gotten used to seeing a certain image, it's always there. At the same time, it's possible to perhaps see it differently, to look at it differently, to change the image. And the idea of changing the image in your mind is like looking at the stone differently, to see the images differently. Therefore, you have the opportunity to change your view of life if you want, if you choose to see something differently than you may have seen before. And of course, into that becomes the willingness of being able to allow yourself to put the new images together. I sometimes suggest to people, imagine a dream where you can change your dream. Well, if you wanted to change an image in a stone, you could take a hammer, you could take a rock. History has shown where stone statues have been changed, damaged, because perhaps the new people there, a different change in the regime, didn't like the last one, and so they changed the images. You can change the images in your mind. My name is Michael Hathaway, and this is Message from the Mountain. 'Tis my prayer these words are right and good for you whenever you hear them. Thank you so much for listening.